gracious welcome to the National Seminar on Realizing Self-Reliant India through Digital Transformation, Outcome-Based Education and Inclusive Leadership, in association with Confederation of Indian Industry, Ghaziabad Management Association and Institute Innovation Council. It is truly an honor to see so many esteemed faces gather here today in pursuit of knowledge and collaboration. It is truly an honor to speak about our esteemed educational institution, the institution that stands as a beacon of knowledge and a cradle of learning. The Institute of Professional Excellence and Management, Ghaziabad, established in 1996, conducts various programs in management, IT, law and education. With its inception, the approval of All India Council for Technical Education, Bar Council of India, National Council for Teachers Education, and affiliation to Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Technical University and 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮 𝓥𝓲𝓭𝓮 University, Meerut, Uttar Pradesh. Our institution is not merely a physical space with walls and classrooms. It is a vibrant ecosystem where ideas flourish, dreams take flights, and aspirations find wings. It is a place where students from diverse backgrounds come together to embark on a journey of discovery, growth, and transformation. The rich legacy and vision of Dr. P.S. Goyal sir, founder of IPEM Group of Institutions, that we have inherited and the profound impact it has had on shaping who we are today. On behalf of the entire institute, I want to express deepest gratitude for its exemplary leadership and vision. Your dedication to the betterment of our institute and society at large serves as an inspiration for all of us. Mr. Anupam Goyal sir, Secretary, IPM Group of Institutions. Sir, your presence is truly inspiring and emblematic of your unwavering commitment to the advancement of our institute vision and mission. Colonel Dr. A.S. Malhotra sir, Director General IPM, sir, under your guidance we have witnessed remarkable growth and achievement, reaching new heights of excellence in education, research and community engagement. Dr. Sugandha Goyal ma'am, Executive Director, IPEM. Ma'am, your leadership has been truly instrumental in guiding our institute through times of both challenge and triumph. For 28 years, our institute has been a sanctuary of learning and a bastion of excellence. Since its inception, it has been guided by a vision of providing quality education that not only equips students with academic knowledge, but also instills in them the value of integrity, compassion, and lifelong learning. I am delighted to share with you the tremendous achievement of our educational institution in receiving an A-grade accreditation from the National Assessment and Accreditation Council, that is NAAC. IPEM has emerged as an epitome of world-class education and imparts value-based education. We amalgamate curiosity and dedication to ensure that all our students are self-driven towards learning. The institute serves as an innovative center to focus on imparting knowledge through wide exposure and frequent research and scholarships. Focusing on innovation and discipline, the institute has received accreditation for being the best institute in India, especially in Delhi NCR.
𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮 𝓥𝓲𝓭𝓮 𝓥𝓲𝓪
so much, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Nishi Sharma, Principal CTE IPM Group of Institution, to felicitate Mr. 𝓢𝓸𝓻𝓮, presiding speaker, with a sapling. Sir, we are eager to hear from you, to learn from your experiences and to be inspired by your journey. Your words have the potential to ignite new ideas, spark meaningful conversations. Students, give a big round of applause. I would like to request now Dr. Vijay Srivastava, Director IPM Law Academy, to felicitate Dr. Arvind Kumar, keynote speaker, with a sapling. On behalf of everyone present here, I extend my heartfelt thanks to all and express sincere appreciation for gracing us with your presence. May this be the beginning of a fruitful exchange filled with learning, collaboration, and mutual respect. As we move forward with the next segment of our program, I invite Ms. 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮 to take the lead and guide us through the upcoming proceedings. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to Ms. 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮 as she continues to steer us through this event.
Thank you so much, Ms. Saxena ma'am. A very good morning to all. Now let me brief you about today's national seminar. Myself, 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮, Assistant Professor, Center for Teacher Education, IPM, and I once again welcome you all to the National Seminar 2024 on realizing self-reliant India through digital transformation, outcome-based education, and inclusive leadership. Organized by the Institute of Professional Excellence and Management, 𝓤𝓲𝓬𝓲, under the aegis of IQAC and in collaboration with Confederation of Indian Industry, CII, 𝓤𝓲𝓬𝓲 Management Association, GMA, and Institute Innovation Council, IIC. We take pride in providing a conducive environment for academic growth and innovation, and today's seminar is a testimony to that. As India strives towards self-reliance, the merging of digital advancement, outcome-driven education, and inclusive leadership emerges as vital pathways to progress and empowerment. In our quest for transformation, it becomes clear that leveraging technology, cultivating a result-oriented learning environment, and promoting inclusive leadership are essential foundations. This seminar provides a platform for insightful discussions where experts and leaders come together to examine how these interconnected elements can drive our nation towards self-sufficiency, resilience, and prosperity. Today, we will explore the realms of innovation, education, and fair governance, paving the path towards a brighter future for generations ahead through this national seminar. Invited tracks for today's seminar are Self-Reliant India through Digital Transformation, Self-Reliant India through Outcome-Based Education, Self-Reliant India through Inclusive Leadership, and Self-Reliant India through Legal Reforms. Today's seminar is designed to accommodate both in-person and in virtual attendees, creating a dynamic environment that fosters interaction and learning. Across the program, we have carefully curated 4 technical sessions, each presenting a diverse area of research topics Session 1 and 3 will be conducted in the auditorium itself, while session 2 and 4 will be conducted in the seminar hall simultaneously. We are pleased to have distinguished guests joining us for these sessions also. This selection process was thorough and meticulous, with more than 100 papers submitted for the consideration. Out of this pool of submissions, a set of 36 exceptional research papers has been selected for presentation. These papers, authored by esteemed scholars, academic experts, industry experts, and policy makers, represent the culmination of their dedicated efforts and expertise. Their contributions have not only met rigorous standards, but have also earned them a place in prestigious 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮 book publication, recognizing their significance with their respective fields. As participants, we anticipate an enriching experience as we delve into the knowledge shared by these experts throughout the day. Their insights and findings promise to broaden our understanding and inspire further exploration within our areas of interest. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we commence this national seminar with a great anticipation and enthusiasm, it is my distinct honor to invite Dr. 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮 ma'am to deliver the welcome address. Dr. 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮 is the Director and Professor at the Institute of Professional Excellence and Management, 𝓤𝓲𝓬𝓲, has over 2 decades of experience in the education sector, renowned for her expertise in academic leadership, research and organizational development. Recent accolades include the Dr. 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮 𝓥𝓸𝓬𝓲 International Award for Working Women 2023 and the South Asia Awards 2024 by Cambridge University Press and Assessment for Collaboration Excellence. Please welcome Dr. 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮 ma'am with a huge round.
Good morning and namaskar to everyone present in the session. So can I hear a good morning from all the students present here? A loud good morning? Good morning. Good. So I would like to welcome everyone in the hall to the national seminar on realizing self-reliant India through digital transformation, outcome-based education and inclusive leadership. So at the outset, on behalf of the entire team of IPEM, I am grateful to all the distinguished guests for sparing time and gracing the occasion. We are truly blessed to have you all with us. Let's give a big round of applause to the guests who have joined us today. So we have with us Professor Dr. 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮, who is Director, HRDC and Instructional Design, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar University, New Delhi. We also have with us Dr. 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮 𝓥𝓲𝓭𝓮, Professor and formerly Dean, Atal Bihari Vajpayee School of Management and Entrepreneurship, JNU, New Delhi. Mr. Anshu Bhatia, who is a risk consultant and IBM Global Business Services. And we are also fortunate to have Mr. Rajesh Malhotraji, who is owner of 𝓤𝓸𝓬𝓬𝓬𝓬 Computers Private Limited. So I think all the guests here deserve a big round of applause. The guest of the technical session, Professor Dr. Mala Rani, Department of Commerce, Bharati College, Delhi University. Professor Dr. Rahul Kataria, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, DTU. Professor Dr. Amita Pandey Bharadwaj, who is Director at Teaching Learning Center, and Dr. Pramod Tiwari, Faculty of Law, University of Delhi, will be joining us shortly as we will start the technical sessions post the inaugural session. I would also like to extend my heartfelt welcome to the Dean Academics, Director, Principal, faculties, research scholars, conveners, and the students who have gathered here to witness the deliberations which will go on throughout the day. So dear students and everybody in the hall, the theme which we have chosen for the national seminar is very apt, where we are talking about the mission of Prime Minister of India, which is none other than making India self-reliant. So all of us must have heard time and again that we want to make India Atmanirbhar. What do we want to make India? Atmanirbhar. So in the direction of making India Atmanirbhar, we are trying to find out insights, we are trying to discuss, we are trying to deliver the entire day that how the 3 important pillars. Number one is inclusive leadership, 2 is outcome-based education and the digital transformation. So how all these pillars are going to, how all these pillars should be strengthened so that eventually we can move in the direction of self-reliant India. Let's talk about digital transformation first of all. The times when we were having tea with all the guests in the conference room, we had a discussion that how things have changed, pre-COVID and post-COVID. The scenarios have completely changed, and the digital revolution is witnessed in everything we do these days. Pre-COVID, if somebody have told us कि आपको classes online करनी है, so I think that was something which was never accepted, isn't it? But COVID has brought an acceptance to this online mode of teaching, learning, connecting, networking, and whatnot. Right? So COVID has gone, but the hybrid mode is still there. In fact, one of the guests we were discussing, like Malhotra ji, we were discussing that when we have an option of people working from home and delivering results, right? There's no need to every day call people or the employees at office and making sure that they are in office, punching in, punching out, and delivering. Especially if we are able to cut down the cost, and that's the scenario in all the IT industries these days. Right? We have multiple examples where digitalization has revolutionized the entire system, be it the education system, be it the health systems. We have ample examples, right? For example, if we talk about how Ola and Uber, companies like Ola and Uber, they are working, right? So they are working on a very simple model of a software which has been designed by students like you who are enthusiasts, based on languages like Python or Java, or maybe the computer experts know it better. So what they have done, right? They have made sure that all the vehicles, drivers, and they are on a single platform. So the people who are operating softwares are sitting at back end, and it is the people who like drivers and the others who are on road. So a simple software has driven the entire transportation issues in the country. Right? And that's a revolution altogether. Otherwise, finding a vehicle, booking a taxi used to be a nightmare for everybody. Another example can be, we talk about chains, food chains like we talk about food related softwares like Zomato, Swiggy. Again, ordering food of whatever taste we want to, or whatever the restaurants or food chains we want to, has become very easy. And this is not a beginning, right? So there are endless examples where digitalization has happened and has revolutionized the industry altogether. But for the students sitting here, it's very important that at this point of time, when you are already taking your education, it's important that you develop your skill set in a way so that you also come with some innovation, you also design something, and you change the landscape of the education system or maybe the industry. Right? So that's one very important pillar, which is the digital transformation, and it is happening every day. It's happening every day. So second very important pillar which we talk about is the outcome-based education. Right? Outcome-based education is what? Right? Where we are trying to map that with whatever vision the institute has started with whatever objectives we have in mind, whatever programs we are running, whether it is BBA, MBA, MCA, or all other programs we talk about. So end of the program, end of the day, are we able to map that whatever we are delivering in classes, are we able to see that have we able to attain whatever we were desiring or not? So that outcome-based education is another important pillar that when we are attaining, we are trying to find out that attainment. So education is being checked right at the school level, right at the higher education level. So that will bring, that will make students better skilled, that will structure the entire system where faculties will also know, right, and they are well planned before they even go to the classes. It also talks about that what kind of industry connect is being given to the student and what kind of exposure is being given. And end of the day, everything is being attained. So that's another important pillar where we are trying to revolutionize the education system by special emphasis on how the outcomes are being attained and eventually how they are being mapped. Another very important pillar which we have attached with the theme of being self-reliant is none other than inclusive leadership. When we talk about inclusive leadership, so leader has a very big role to play. And I think it's a trickle-down impact, which happens eventually. So as a leader, what kind kind of a policies you have, how reachable you are, whether you are there with your team or not, whether you are present in all their problems, whether they are at the macro level or at the micro level, right? So that inclusive leadership where you include everybody, right, where you work as a team, and with every passing day you move forward to attain that vision and mission. I think all these pillars are very, very important when we talk about self-reliant India. I'm very happy to share that at IPEM, we have started with all these processes, right? With every passing day, we are moving ahead with our vision and mission. Whether it is our faculty team or whether it is our students, so every day we are trying to see that what best can be done so that we can make the education more meaningful, more output oriented for all the students and faculties over here. And I think I have already given a brief about that what kind of themes and what kind of deliberations and discussions are going to happen the entire day. I would like to request all the students to make out maximum of today's session, not just the inaugural session. Post that, we have 4 technical sessions which will again be talking about all these themes and how they are connected to self-reliant India. So with this, I once again congratulate the conveners of the national seminar, right, for working day and night, and the entire faculty team and making this day possible. So many congratulations to all of you, and once again I am very grateful to all the guests who have spared time from their busy schedules and made to this platform. Thank you so much everyone, and God bless.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such a warm welcome of our guests. Now, I take this opportunity to introduce the keynote speaker of this national seminar, Dr. 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮 𝓥𝓲𝓭𝓮𝓸𝓼. Professor Kumar is a distinguished academician and former dean at the 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮 School of Management and Entrepreneurship at 𝓤𝓸𝓻𝓮 University, New Delhi. With over 25 years of experience in academia and industry, he holds postgraduate and doctoral degrees in management along with a certification from Stanford University, USA. He is the recipient of postdoctoral fellowship in the USA. His expertise encompasses areas such as academia-industry interface, consumer affairs, and social entrepreneurship. Dr. Kumar is an avid researcher with numerous publications in esteemed journals, as well as several authored books, monographs, and research projects. He has contributed to various national and international conferences, seminars, workshops, and panel discussions, showcasing his commitment to advancing knowledge and fostering collaboration across domains. I would like to invite you, sir, for your address. Please welcome Dr. 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮 Kumar, sir, with a huge round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your kind words. Mr. 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮 risk consultant, IPEM Global, and he is also presiding speaker for the day. Professor 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮, guest of honor. Then we also have Sri Rajesh Malhotraji, guest of honor. Guest of honor, Chief Guest Dr. Pavan Duggalji in absentia. We are waiting for him. Mr. Sushant Chaudhary, Dean Academics, IPEM Ghaziabad. Dr. Nisi Sharma, Principal B.Ed, IPEM. Dr. Vijay Srivastava, Director Law, IPEM. And the coordinator, Dr. Geeti Sharma, Director, IPEM. Dr. Divya Rana, convener of this national seminar. So let me just begin with, first of all, let me congratulate everyone for national seminar on such a contemporary topic called Realizing Self-Reliant India Through Digital Transformation, Outcome-Based Education and Inclusive Leadership. So I must thank Professor Geeti Sharma ji because she set the tone for the discussion. When I was hearing the welcome address by ma'am, so I think ma'am have very briefly and very beautifully covered all the dimensions of the theme of national seminar. So first of all, I really want to congratulate team IPEM for choosing such a contemporary topic, realizing self-reliant India through digital transformation, outcome-based education and inclusive leadership. Our Honorable Prime Minister has given us the vision of 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮 Bharat by 2047. We have also completed 75 years of independence. So, very popular term that Honorable Prime Minister has given is that is Amrit Kal. So I think when the entire nation is discussing about Amrit Kal, the idea of 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮 Bharat, so having the topic like realizing self-reliant India, digital transformation, outcome-based education and inclusive leadership, it becomes very, very important and very, very vibrant topic. So I know that the audience is students. So here I will try to make it as a layman language. So the idea of exchange can be done. So I look at the basic four component of this topic. So the first thing is realizing self-reliant India. Ma'am has already talked about what is the idea of realizing self-reliant India. What do you think? What is reliant India? Self-reliant India. So ma'am has rightly pointed out that we were discussing during the breakfast, we were discussing about the whole idea of how we cope up during the COVID-19. So we know like term like PPE kit, we never ever heard about the term PPE kit. And if you look at the size of population that we have in our country, so it was very difficult to survive. But look at from the instances, the way we have coped up. We were not only survived, but we also exported PPE kit to the entire world. So the basic philosophy that we are talking about, so we are the country that believe in 𝓢𝓸𝓬𝓮 𝓥𝓲𝓭𝓮. So we were, no doubt, country as a whole were taking care of our own citizens, but we were also taking care of the rest of the people from the different nations. So the point that I am trying to make is, so India has truly not only seen the idea of self-reliance, but we have already demonstrated during COVID-19. Even if you look at the whole history of vaccines, so vaccines we were offering to our own citizens, but we were also catering to our services to the entire world. So we are the nation which truly believe in the idea of 𝓢𝓸𝓬𝓮 𝓥𝓲𝓭𝓮. So I must congratulate the organizers for picking up this theme, and we also witnessed. I come from School of Management and Entrepreneurship. So second important point of self-reliance that I also want to focus upon, that is, if you look at the entrepreneurial ecosystem in our country, so that is also very, very promising. There are few indicators. One indicator is which is popularly known as TEA. So idea of T is total entrepreneurial activities. So if you look at this figure from 2017 to 2022, so that also have an exponential growth. So that has been increased from 4.7% to 8.8%. There is also idea about nascent entrepreneurship. So somebody, colleges like yours, if IPEM has some startup culture. So for example, few students of IPEM started their own venture. So I was also looking at the statistics at national level. So India also have a very promising figure about so far nascent entrepreneur is concerned. So we also exponentially grow in the nascent entrepreneurship. And I'm sure that you might also be aware about the whole idea of what we call unicorns, number of unicorns that we have. So we are having 3 digits unicorns in our country. So it's not only that for the sake of discussing the self-reliant India or 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮 Bharat in 2047, we have certain base, we have certain statistics, and I'm very sure that India can by 2047 achieve 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮 Bharat. So only thing that we must focus whatever the academic intellectual that the country has, or the institutions like IPEM is conceptualizing. So when I look at all the component of this seminar, so I strongly believe that we must focus all the component. Until unless we don't focus on all 4 components, we cannot really think about the 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮 Bharat or self-reliant India. So I was also thinking about, so for the entrepreneurship of the time what we do, we celebrate all successful people. Nothing wrong with celebrating successful people. When I was entered in this room, so I also saw one of the quote from 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮 𝓥𝓲𝓭𝓮, one of the leading entrepreneur, one of the leading business person from our country. So I also saw her quote. So the point I am trying to make is nothing wrong with celebrating the successful people. But now the time has come, we must also interact, especially the B school, business school, schools like IPEM. They must have a conversation, they must have a dialogue with the failure entrepreneur. I will also express the same thing in Hindi. There are people who never cracked UPSC. I come from JNU, so we have a very high strike rate of UPSC examination. So people who never cracked UPSC examination, they are coaching to the IS aspirants. On the same way, जो लोग फेल हुए हैं, फेल्योर एंटरप्रेन्योर हैं, तो मुझे लगता है कि उनके साथ भी we must have a dialogue. We must learn something. What was the critical point from where they got failed? Nothing wrong with celebrating like successful people. I quoted the example of 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮. We also have numerous examples, be it 𝓢𝓸𝓬𝓲𝓪. I am also reminded of 𝓢𝓸𝓬𝓲𝓪. So 𝓢𝓸𝓬𝓲𝓪 was the one in her early stage. She did mechanical engineering. जिस जमाने में लड़कियां पढ़ने नहीं जाती थी, उस जमाने में सुधा जी ने मैकेनिकल इंजीनियरिंग करी, और मैकेनिकल इंजीनियरिंग के साथ में भी she did internship at Tata's, and she was the one who can also drive a truck. So look at the courage that she has demonstrated. So very simple point, in case we want to become a reliant, self-reliant India, so we must focus on entrepreneurship, celebrating successful entrepreneur, and we should also have a dialogue with the failure entrepreneur. And we must develop, as an institution, we must develop a culture of startup. We also have a startup policy by Union Government of India, and we must focus on the innovation. So first of all, I would like to talk about what is the whole idea of self-reliant India. So it's nothing, it's a vision which emphasizes on India's goal to become economically and technologically self-sufficient. So we are very privileged to have two folks from the technical side. They are the best technocrats. So I must congratulate the organizers. So they will give you the insight about how India can be a leader in the technical field. And recently, if you look at, so India has done a tremendous success in the field of technology, especially if you look at space technology. तो जिन मैं इस बात को, क्योंकि ये बड़े राष्ट्र गौरव की बात है, तो I would like to express this in Hindi as well, कि कुछ देशों के झंडों में चांद होता है, आपका भारतीय तिरंगा चांद पर है, और आपने चांद पर ही अपने झंडे बुलंद नहीं किए हैं। आपके जो अपने मिशन है वो आदित्य भारत सरकार का जो मिशन है, भारत का मिशन है, वो सूर्य की तरफ भी जाने वाला है। तो आई थिंक द होल आइडिया ऑफ सेल्फ रिलायंट इंडिया, दैट इज ऑल्सो डेफिनेटली, और जब मैं युवा पीढ़ी को देखता हूँ तो मुझे लगता है कि द यूथ who is going to be contribute, who is going to take, who is going to navigate the whole idea of विकसित भारत by 2047। तो 2047 में जो हम अचीव करने वाले हैं वो निसंदेह आप लोगों के सहारे। मोदी जी को साहस कहाँ से मिलता है? मोदी जी हों या भारत के जितने भी नेतृत्व हों, who give them the confidence? Ultimately, youth of the country give them confidence. That's why we dream to be a Viksit Bharat by 2047. We also think of self-reliant India. So I also want to move how that can be achieved. So that can also be achieved by national policy of skill development and entrepreneurship. A few minutes back I talked about entrepreneurship, the idea of entrepreneurship. There is also national education policy, NEP 2020. And one of the components of this seminar is also outcome-based education. When Professor Sharma was talking about in the beginning We also discussing about how the landscape of education has changed in the India, especially during COVID time, how technology can help. So we have lot of changes in the NEP 2020, and that also talk about holistic development. So multiple exit, multiple entry is also offered. For example, in my days, if I am a science student, so I was not allowed to take history as a subject or music as a subject. But by the virtue of the fact under the NEP 2020, we can now think of picking up various subjects. NEP 2020 is also talking about ABC. So ABC stands for Academic Bank of Credit. For example, I did one semester with IIT Delhi, and I want to do one semester with IIT Delhi. So NEP 2020 is definitely giving you the leverage. So one can think of, and the pooling of the resources, best resources can be used. I am sure that IPEM at Ghaziabad is one of the pioneering institutes. So neighboring institute can also come here, and they can also learn, and they can also contribute in the idea of learning, teaching learning process, idea of knowledge creation. जब एजुकेशन की बात होती है तो मुझे लगता है कि ट्रेनिंग उसमें बड़ा इम्पोर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट है और क्वालिटी ट्रेनिंग की बात है। सुबह हम लोग नाश्ते के टाइम पर भी ये बात कर रहे थे कि कोविड में सो वी रियली लर्न online education, online classes, hybrid classes. So at lighter note, I was sharing with esteemed panelists कि कुछ बच्चे क्लास में क्या करते थे कि ऑनलाइन क्लास हो रही है, क्लास खत्म हो गई है, 4 बच्चे आधे घंटे के बाद भी ऑनलाइन जुड़े हुए थे। मैंने कहा यू आर वेरी स्टूडियस कि क्लास खत्म हो गई थी और उसके बाद भी 4 बच्चे ऑनलाइन थे। So definitely we have certain advantages of online education, but there are certain disadvantages as well. I strongly believe कि education जो है टीचर्स की जब इम्पोर्टेंस की बात करते हैं तो I don't find a substitute of a teacher. Technology definitely can be an enabler. We must exercise the whole advantage of technology, but there is no replacement of human mind. I am a very strong believer. Coming back to the topic that we were talking about, training is an important aspect. If you want to become a self-reliant India, if you want to become a Viksit Bharat, we must focus on training part. I'll give you one example. सुबह सुबह बहुत ज्ञान की बातें हो गई हैं, तो मैं कुछ बातें लाइटर नोट पर भी करना चाहता हूँ। एक बार ऐसे ही जैसे हम लोग लैंग्वेज में जब बात करते हैं, इंडस्ट्री के में जो बच्चे जाने के लिए तैयार होते हैं, तो बहुत सॉफ्ट स्किल पर ट्रेनिंग की बात करते हैं। So there was I'm not saying this is the authentic example that I am quoting with all of you. एक बार कोरियन प्रेसिडेंट और अमेरिकन प्रेसिडेंट के बीच में एक कॉन्वर्सेशन होना था और उस कॉन्वर्सेशन में लैंग्वेज वाज अ प्रॉब्लम। कोरियन प्रेसिडेंट डज नॉट नो हाउ टू स्पीक इन इंग्लिश और अमेरिकन प्रेसिडेंट को तो आती ही नहीं थी कोरियन लैंग्वेज। तो जनरली जब इस तरह की प्रॉब्लम होती है तो व्हाट वी डू, हम लोग ट्रेनिंग इम्पार्ट करते हैं। उसी तरह से ट्रेनिंग इम्पार्ट करी गई। तो उसमें कहा गया कि आपको जब भी मिलना है तो आपको बड़े सिंपल से बात करनी है कि वो पूछेगा हाउ आर यू, तो आपको कह देना आई एम फाइन। उधर से कुछ पूछना है तो आपको कह देगा सो एम आई। अगर वो भी कहेंगे कि आई एम गुड तो आपको कह देना सो एम आई। अच्छा हुआ क्या कि 1 सप्ताह ट्रेनिंग चली, 15 दिन ट्रेनिंग चली। फाइनली द डेट ऑफ मीटिंग हैज अराइव्ड। दोनों मिले तो जब कोरियन प्रेसिडेंट अमेरिकन प्रेसिडेंट से मिले तो उन्होंने कहा, उनसे पूछना सवाल था कि हाउ आर यू, उसकी जगह पर उन्होंने सवाल पूछ लिया। गलती में ऐसा होता है, व्हेनेवर वी आल्सो फेस द इंटरव्यू सो वी आल्सो कमिट मिस्टेक्स। तो उन्होंने हाउ आर यू की जगह पूछ लिया हु आर यू। तो बराक ओबामा जी उस समय प्रेसिडेंट थे तो वो थोड़े से घबराए। उन्होंने कहा आई एम बराक ओबामा। कोरियन प्रेसिडेंट बोले सो एम आई, सो एम आई। फिर उन्होंने अगला सवाल पूछा कि फिर उन्हें लगा कि शायद उनको समझ में नहीं आए तो उन्होंने कहा कि आई एम हस्बैंड ऑफ मिसेल ओबामा। कोरियन प्रेसिडेंट से बोले सो एम आई, सो एम आई। तो लाइटर नोट पे इस बात का जो डीप सेंस है वो डीप सेंस ये कहना चाहता हूँ कि व्हेनेवर वी आर इम्पार्टिंग टीचिंग लर्निंग ट्रेनिंग वी मस्ट फोकस ऑन द क्वालिटी। इफ वी आर फोकसिंग ऑन द क्वालिटी टीचिंग लर्निंग प्रोसेस, quality teaching programs, members quoting the example of Ola, Uber, definitely these are the models evolved over the period of time. आप एक जमाना सोचिए कि टैक्सी की ओनरशिप नहीं है आपके पास, Still you are into the business of vehicles, you are into the business of taxi. अब एक और मॉडल हो सकता है, स्पेशली इफ यू लुक एट मेट्रोपॉलिटन सिटीज लाइक दिल्ली, मुंबई, कोलकाता, कि कई गाड़ियां खाली जा रही होती हैं और सेम रूट पे जाना होता है। गाजियाबाद से किसी को जेएनयू जाना है, व्हीकल फ्री है, तो नाउ यू फोक्स कैन थिंक ऑफ दिस सिचुएशन कि गाड़ी और फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट भी जा रही है, इतना स्पेस घेर रहे हैं। इफ वी कैन कम अप विद अ सॉल्यूशन कि एक कोई ऐप ऐसा बना दें कि ये स्पेस खाली है, इफ एनीबडी वांट्स टू कम एंड कंट्रीब्यूट। So I am not saying कि it should be free of cost. Yes, it can be free of cost as well. It can be on pooling basis as well. कि वो pool कर लें कि ये vehicle है, यहाँ से वहाँ जा रहा है. Anybody who wants to join, so that can be done. So whenever there is a problem, there is always a solution. So the point that I am trying to make out of education, we must focus on a very quality of education. And luckily we have NEP 2020 in place. So that will give you a lot of edge in terms of exit, entry level, exit, holistic development. So there is no constraint in terms of a history student cannot study management or a chemistry student cannot study the history. NEP 2020 give you the edge. Coming to the other points like CSR is also one of the points where a lot of corporates can also contribute in the idea of self-reliant India, in the idea of Viksit Bharat. Second important point that if you look at our history, so we ignored very important contribution from the females. So women empowerment and gender equality must be ensured if you really want to become a Viksit Bharat or self-reliant India by 2025. There are 5 pillars. Economy is one, infrastructure, systematic reforms, vibrant demography, demand. So I will not go into the details. We want to hear from the experts, so for the economy is concerned. But the kind of economic growth is taking place in India, so I think this is also very, very encouraging that we are having a very robust and resilient economy focusing on land, labor, liquidity and laws. And now if you look at the kind of development taking place, especially in the infrastructure, so a lot of infrastructure is taking place, which is also a very shiny picture of Viksit Bharat. Now, one thing that I really want to share with all of you that we have a very, very young population. If you look at the kind of population, so rest of the countries have aging population. So why I am very confident that India is going to be self-reliant, Viksit Bharat by 2047. So I have a statistics, I have figure and facts. So young age, we have an advantage of young age population. Rest of the country does not have an advantage of young age population. Then we can definitely contribute from the micro, small and medium enterprises, inclusive development, global competitiveness. One thing that I really want to say here is inclusiveness. We have seen in the past why we were not a developed economy. One of the simple reasons could be we were most of the time was not an inclusive society. So now even with the help of technology, we can have an inclusive society. People who are coming from the marginal section, people coming from a very remote background, they should be the part of mainstream, they should be inclusive, right? So when it comes to the education from the technical field, no technology can have a differentiation. Which time zone you come from, whether you come from Northeast India or a very remote part of Bihar. So technology will not make any differentiation, technology will not create any discrimination. So I strongly believe that technology is also one of the enabler of inclusiveness. At social level, political level, we must ensure inclusivity. But there is also concern about the digital divide. In the morning we were also talking about, we can have a dashboard, we can have ERP system. We are privileged to have two technocrats among us who will talk about in detail about the technical side of it. And a lot of schools are developed ERP system where everything can be monitored. Your assessment, Google Classroom is also there, your attendance. Even the corporate also have a very rigorous biometric system, right? The kind of advanced technology that we are in, so technology will definitely help in terms of achieving the whole idea of Viksit Bharat. But there are few areas where we have to focus. We have to focus on healthcare, agriculture, manufacturing, and there are a lot of initiatives there. But I strongly believe, because I come from the academia, so education has a very vital role, very important, very crucial role to play when it comes to the education. So you folks are the important people. There are terminology like millennials, there are terminology like G generation, XYZ generations. So country is relying on you. So I strongly believe we must have a quality education where we should focus on outcome-based education, OBE. So all the institutions must have program objective, course objective, mapping with it. Recently, though we have right. So I'm glad that I have been given a time, though I also requested that I want to be a first speaker. So in next 2 minutes I'm going to conclude, and we must focus on the outcome-based education. I come from the academia, so I strongly believe that we must focus on entrepreneurial, startup culture, and institutions like IPEM must focus on creating Section 8 companies. So campuses must have creating company where the faculty can also participate. They can be a stakeholder, right? So when we will have this kind of ecosystem, definitely idea of Viksit Bharat or the self-reliant India can be achieved. और आप लोगों ने मुझे बुलाया, बहुत बुलाने के लिए I really want to thank everyone, especially the organizers. Or I also requested to be the first speaker because I have a very urgent meeting at my university. मैं उर्दू की 2 लाइनों के बाद अपनी बात खत्म करूंगा. So that is dedicated to the IPEM, and it goes like this. जो लोग अच्छे हैं उनकी बातें भी अच्छी, जो लोग अच्छे हैं उनकी बातें भी अच्छी, बचपना भी अच्छा, जवानी भी अच्छी, तुम्हारी यादों को क्यों न हृदय में जगह दूं, निशाना भी अच्छा, निशानी भी अच्छी. थैंक यू.
Thank you so much, sir, for your such an enriching and thought-provoking session. Sorry, आपको बीच में रोकना पड़ा due to time constraint. We are loving your sessions, but we will continue further. Sir has emphasized on how the India followed the idea of 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮 𝓥𝓲𝓭𝓮. Also, he shed light on growth rate, startup and unicorns in India, how they are growing, and missions related to Chandrayaan and Aditya, how we are developed country की जो role है उसमें हम आने जा रहे हैं. Also touched the theme of 5 pillars. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. A huge round of applause for sir. Now, without taking much time, let me introduce our presiding speaker to you. Today, we are privileged to have an esteemed guest with us, Mr. 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮 sir. Mr. Bharti is a seasoned professional with a diverse background spanning entrepreneurship, business development, project delivery, and risk consulting. He holds degrees in science and management and has excelled in both entrepreneurial ventures and corporate roles. With a customer-centric approach, significant projects across multiple time zones, demonstrating strong leadership and problem-solving skills. An advocate for continuous learning, he engages with various management institutes and mentors aspiring professionals. Certified in project management and risk consulting, Mr. Bharti is currently serving as a risk consultant. He is recognized as a trusted advisor and thought leader in his field. So, please welcome Mr. 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮 sir with a huge round of applause. Please, sir.
Hello and welcome everyone. Can we have one more loud good morning? Good morning. Good morning. Sharma, Professor Ramesh Sharma, Dr. Arvind Kumar, guests, faculty members and students. It's indeed a privilege to speak before such an august audience. I am thankful for the organizers for choosing me to share my thoughts on a topic which is very close to my heart. And it's a very, very relevant topic that we have been discussing today and we'll be discussing throughout the day. And I'm very happy to share my thoughts also over here. I'll just take 15 minutes what I have been allocated for. And what I want to do is, I want to create or demonstrate to you what are the different possibilities before us. Okay, so this is more of a possibility discussion, and then I'll leave it to all of you to choose what are the possibilities that each one of you are going to choose and go ahead with and take up. So if you see the importance of digital transformation, there are a few quotes from some very important and senior leaders. So this will give you a fair idea as to what digital transformation can do to us. This slide has some data, and all this data is available in the public domain. Is it okay if I use a mix of English and Hindi? Perfect. ये सारा डेटा गूगल करेंगे सबको मिल जाएगा. Very easy to get it on the internet. Okay. All that I have done is, using this data, I have tried to come up with some conclusions. So first of all, you will see that in the past 10 years, the average growth rate of India has been between 6 to 7%. Not saying that it has not exceeded 7%, but the average is somewhere between 6 and 7%. Okay? Second thing is, the GDP in India today is close to 3 billion. We are not at 3 billion, we are touching 3 billion. So assuming that we are at 3 billion because we are close to that. Third point is that as per the NITI Aayog report, for us to become a developed nation by 2047, can anyone say why is it 2047 and not 2050 or not 2040? Why 2047? Exactly. We'll be completing 100 years of independence by 2047. Okay? So that's how we've chosen 2047. So for us to become a developed nation by 2047, what should be our GDP by then? How much? 30 billion. So we have to move from 3 billion to 30 billion in how many years? Just see the fourth bullet. We have 23 years left. In 23 years, we have to multiply tenfold. So, if you apply the simple formula that we learned in class 10, you will see that the average growth rate that we have to have is somewhere between 10 to 11% per year. Okay? Not that countries did not have such a big growth rate, but to have a consistent growth rate of 10 to 11% for next 23 years is definitely not easy. Okay? Now, the question is, kya kare? How can we achieve this growth rate so that we become a developed nation by 2047? Okay? So this is where we have digital transformation as a tool or as an instrument that we can look at. I'm not saying it's the only one, but it's one of the very important and key tools that we can use. Now, just to illustrate my thoughts very simply, there are three important pillars in the economy of a country which contribute to its growth. क्या क्या है वो? सबसे पहला ह्यूमन कैपिटल, दूसरा है इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर और तीसरा है गवर्नेंस. ओके, these are three key pillars for the growth of the economy in any country, whether it's India or any other country. And on top of the three pillars is where the country's growth depends, where we are looking at India as a developed country by 2047. And what is the foundation that we are looking at for these three pillars? The foundation is digital transformation. So digital transformation sits at the bottom of these three pillars. We have been talking about digital transformation for the last about an hour, but what exactly do we expect from digital transformation or what exactly it is? So, एक वो सब लोगों ने 3 Idiots वाली मूवी देखी होगी, उसमें एक मशीन की डेफिनेशन भी देखी होगी, right? Okay, so let's have some similar definition of digital transformation. Is it visible to all of you? No? Okay, I'll read it out. So digital transformation involves adopting and implementing digital technology to create new or modify existing. The important thing is to create new or modify existing products, services and business processes. So we are not talking of replacement. We are talking of creating new things or modifying the existing things. That's where digital transformation has a role to play. Second is, another very important point is comprehensive re-imaging. That means you have to have a totally new perspective of looking at things. Okay? Dr. 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮 talked about the pre-COVID and the post-COVID. Okay? Post-COVID kya hua? During COVID, the entire perspective of so many things changed. Okay? We were compelled to have a different perspective. Same is the case over here. Digital transformation will help us look at existing things with a new perspective and help create new possibilities for all of us. So this is what digital transformation is. Now we'll spend a few minutes talking about the three pillars. Okay, because that's what is going to really take us to the next level. So this was the first pillar, right? On the left hand side, this pillar consists of broadly two areas that we should be looking into. वो क्या-क्या areas हैं? Outcome based, and there are three subsets of outcome based. Outcome based education, outcome based experience, and outcome based training. Okay? These are the three areas which we should look from an outcome based perspective. And second is healthcare. If my country is not healthy, then the first objective does not get achieved. Okay? So healthcare is an equally important thing for human capital development. Now, on the right hand side, I have put down, I listed a few points where digital transformation can have a major contribution. How can digital transformation contribute in these areas? So first one is access to education and training. Okay, we all discussed about it, we know about it. Going online, going virtual. क्या benefit होता है इसका? Everyone, anytime and anywhere. Okay, if we have a virtual program, everyone can attend that. It can be attended anytime, 24/7. Okay, and anywhere, sitting at the remotest of places, You don't need to be in office. You don't need to be at home. You can be holidaying in Goa and still attend the course. Okay? So how is that possible? With the help of digital transformation. Second is personalized learning. Everyone is not equal. Okay? मेरे पास कुछ talent है, आप लोगों के पास कोई और talent है. You may have a better pace of learning. I may not have that kind of pace of learning. Okay? Then I may need to have that learning program starting from a very fundamental level. You people may need to start at a little higher level. So all these customizations can be done with the help of digital transformation. It's not that everyone is going to be learning the same course, will be referring to the same books. Third is skill development and upskilling. Till a couple of decades back, there were selected few careers like engineering, medical, chartered accountancy, कुछ लोग pilot बनना चाहते थे, so there were selected few careers. No one talked about history as a subject, or history could become a career. No one talked about painting, drawing becoming a career. Nobody talked about communication skills getting converted into a career. So what digital transformation has done today, it has created thousands and thousands of different possibilities and career options to all of us. Okay. Now just pick up anything that interests you and you will see that there is a career for it. Remote working and telecommuting. I don't think this needs much discussion. Work from anywhere. Okay. It saves time. It saves a lot of energy. It saves a lot of civil infrastructure. You need lesser roads. You need lesser vehicles. So it all saves a lot of time and it improves our efficiency. Lifelong learning and continuous improvement. Suppose I am a doctor. Okay. Now there are new things coming into that profession every year, every time. So earlier it used to be really difficult for a doctor to be up to speed. ठीक है, डॉक्टर के पास कहाँ टाइम होता था? अब क्या है? There are so many different avenues, so many different ways of learning that it's very easy for professionals to really remain up to speed and remain up to date. Entrepreneurship and innovation. We just talked about seeding entrepreneurs, we talked about unicorns. Earlier what happened is, in the old brick and mortar model of business, it needed a lot of investment. Okay? New ideas could not really take birth. But today, you will see that there are so many new ideas that we never thought about. How many of you see Shark Tank? Can you just raise your hands? लगता है ideas हैं उसमें? Okay? So that's an important place where digital transformation is really playing a major role. Data-driven decision making. Now what happens, there's so much data that's being transmitted, there's so much data that's being collected, that if that data is processed properly, it can really provide people who are guiding the society to take educated decisions and then prepare the population, prepare the people according to the demand that's going to get created in the future. So the entire decision making and the progress is going to be data driven. And the last is collaborative learning communities. One simple example, and I think I will be able to explain it, is the invention of WhatsApp. Okay? WhatsApp ने पूरी एक बहुत बड़ी यूनिवर्सिटी क्रिएट कर दी है. Okay? We all know about the WhatsApp university, and I think it's bigger than any other university in the world. We can exchange so many ideas, so much knowledge, and it's such a big and such a powerful collaboration tool. And it's all because of what? Because of digital transformation. Moving on to the second pillar, infrastructure development. So on the left hand side, infrastructure development consists of all these 6 different areas: transport, energy, urban infrastructure, digital infrastructure, social and industrial infrastructure. These are the 6 areas which come under infrastructure development. So, for these 6 areas, what are the different areas where digital transformation has an important role to play? Data-driven decision making. We just discussed that, but here it's a little different. Because of the lot of data that we have, it can become much easier for the government to figure out what are the areas which need the maximum amount of investment. Roads कहाँ बनानी है, highways कहाँ बनाने हैं, buildings किस type की बनानी है. For example, India is a very highly populated country. Okay. On the other hand, if you look at a country like Australia, where the size of Australia is almost 3 times that of India, but the population is just a fraction. So in Australia, you don't need high-rise buildings. In India, on the other hand, India needs high-rise buildings. So that's the kind of information that can be provided from the data. Second is smart infrastructure management. The most important role of digital transformation over here is that how we can bring together different types of energy sources. We know about traditional energy sources, which is hydro, which is power from coal, which is power from fossil fuels. But today we have so many renewable sources. We have क्या sources हैं renewable sources? Any 3? Sun, water and wind. Okay, so these are unlimited energy sources. So how can digital transformation help? How it helps in bringing all these energy sources together so that we can use them more and more efficiently. Connectivity and communication. I think everyone understands that. This doesn't need discussion. Supply chain optimization. मैं यहाँ से एक perishables का ट्रक बॉम्बे भेजता हूँ. Okay, it used to take 3 days earlier. By the time the truck reached Bombay, पता चला उसमें 25% जो चीजें हैं वो perish हो गई, खराब हो गई. Okay, so with the help of this kind of data transformation, I am able to figure out that what is the best mode of transport for that. Point number 1. Point number 2 is I am able to monitor the mode of transport. उसमें क्या temperature maintained है, is it moving with the desired speed or not, so that when my goods reach the destination, they are in good shape or not. Public services and governance. In the last decade or so, you would have seen that so many services have moved from brick and mortar to online. Okay? Do you need to stand in queues for your electricity bills, for your house tax, for paying your credit card bills? Nothing. Even if you go and buy a piece of bread, a loaf of bread, आप क्या कर सकते हो? आपका वॉलेट अगर घर पे रह गया है, क्या करोगे आप? पेटीएम कर दो. Mobile is something that we all carry. Okay, so this is all possible because of digital transformation. Coming on to the last pillar, institution, framework and governance, which we called as governance. Okay. So on the left hand side are the different areas which consist of governance. And on the right hand side are the possibilities. So right side में जितनी भी हम देख रहे हैं, they are all possibilities. क्या possibilities हैं? Data driven decision making. Okay, how is that possible? The government has loads and loads of data with the help of which they can take what are the decisions, what are the policies, what are the guidelines which are required for the best benefit of their citizens. Transparency and accountability. If I want data on a particular subject from the government, it is much easier to get that data. There's a lot of data which is available online. There are ways in which I can request data online from the government authorities and get that information. Efficiency and streamlined processes. Again, by going digital, there's less and less of human intervention. Human intervention जितना कम होगा, क्या benefits होंगे? What are the benefits of reducing human intervention? First of all, speed. Second, error. Third, bureaucracy. Okay? There is no one who is going to stop that work. ऐसा नहीं है कि अंशु भारतीय की शक्ल मुझे अच्छी नहीं लगती है, काम नहीं होगा. Okay? It's a digital based system. If everything is right, the work will be done. Citizen engagement and participation. Citizens and people, they can get involved more and more in public related activities. Cyber security, data protection, I think it's known to everyone. Responsive services, we discussed in the terms of getting a lot of things online so that they can be done faster. Capacity building and training, this is important. The government has a vision that by 2047 we have to achieve 30 billion. उस 30 बिलियन को अचीव करने के लिए हमें किस किस चीज की कैपेसिटी कितनी ग्रो करनी है. ओके, दैट इज समथिंग which is going to come from data, and that data will help digital transformation to really achieve that target. Collaboration and interoperability. आपने देखा होगा पहले क्या होता था, एक एजेंसी है जो रोड बनाती है, एक एजेंसी है जो बिजली के तार डालती है, एक एजेंसी है जो सीवर पाइप डालती है. क्या होता था, जैसे ही मेरी रोड बनती थी तभी सीवर का पाइप खराब हो जाता था या सीवर का पाइप बड़ा करना होता था. एज ए रिजल्ट क्या हुआ, जो रोड बनी है उसको खोद डाला, सीवर का पाइप पड़ा. उसके बाद बिजली वालों ने डिसाइड किया कि अच्छा अब तो यहाँ पर अंडरग्राउंड वायरिंग करनी है, फिर सड़क की बैंड बज गई. नाउ the benefit is that all these three agencies, they can collaborate with each other and they can organize, they can sequence all these activities in a logical order so that there is minimum disruption. Risk management and resilience, again a very important thing that all of us would have experienced. First is, आपने देखा होगा कि आपके पास एसएमएस आते रहते हैं कि नेक्स्ट 3 घंटे में मौसम खराब होने वाला है. Okay, that's actually trial run that's happening. So preempting the people about natural disasters. Natural disasters होने से पहले लोगों को पता चल जाए कि there's something that's going to happen. That's all with the help of digital transformation. Digital identity and authentication. Aadhaar, we all have experienced the benefits of Aadhaar. Okay. And then the last is e-procurement and transparency. Now in the government also, the procurement process through e-tendering has become very, very transparent. Okay. And it's getting more and more transparent as the e-procurement is getting more and more digitalized. So this is another area where there's a lot of transparency which is coming because of digital transformation. So I think that is it on the digital transformation. If we have time, we can take a couple of questions. Otherwise, thank you so much for a patient hearing. Okay, we have a question answer sessions toward the end, so we'll take your questions for there. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable insights. Our deepest appreciation goes to you for sharing your expertise and experiences with us. Thank you, sir. Sir has shed light on growth rate and GDP for Viksit and self-reliant India, how we can improve our growth rate and GDP in future. Also, he has been shed light on digital transformation and how digital transformation has been implemented in various domains, including healthcare, infrastructure, and remote working and telecommuting, etc. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. A great round of applause for sir. Thank you. Now, we are honored to have today guest of honor with us, Professor R.C. Sharma, sir. Dr. Sharma is a distinguished academician and expert in open and distant learning, instructional design and technology-mediated education. Currently serving as the Director of the Human Resource Development Center and a faculty for instructional design and chairperson of the committee to facilitate the adoption of MOOCs for SWAYAM. With a vast international experience, Dr. Sharma has taught educational technology at an open university in Malaysia and held various academic positions globally. Dr. Sharma's editorial roles include serving as the editor of the Asian Journal of Distance Education and contributing to numerous peer-reviewed journals in the field of open and distant learning. He is also an advocate for open educational resources and has authored several books and research papers on educational technology and e-learning. Dr. Sharma has conducted workshops and evaluation activities for prestigious institutions such as Indira Gandhi National Open University and the Commonwealth of Learning. Sir, please enrich us with your experiences. A great round of applause for Dr. R.C. Sharma, sir. Thank you.
Digital transformation, and nowadays there is one technology which has completely transformed all our fields. Know about artificial intelligence. Everyone. If you are using some application on your mobile phone, if you are working, if you have some digital watch with you which is capturing your data, something like that, that means that you are using it. And it means that you are already on the path of digital transformation. In the meantime, this is collected. One question for you. What is the fastest thing on earth? Huh? Mind. Okay. Whether this is working. So again, I have to go back to this mic. You will see the fastest things on earth. Cheetah, we believe that the fastest animal. Aeroplane, then the speed of light. And the fourth one is interesting. The people becoming expert on artificial intelligence. It is not that it is that, but nowadays if you see anyone, everyone is claiming that they know AI and everybody is working, everybody is claiming about that. So if we see that the AI is impacting everything for us, then what are its big impacts on what it is affecting us so powerful that how it is, it has some relationship with this fourth industrial revolution thing. It is, I think there is some echo. Okay, this is better. It is called esteemed sound. So this diagram suggested this class. Professor, you have to stand here, it looks like. Okay. So, various cases. It's a very interesting book. I suggest that if you can access to it, go through this very interesting book. This book was written by Professor Anthony Sheldon. He is the Vice Chancellor of Waltham University in UK. And this is classifying the fourth education revolution. So similarly, if we have industrial revolutions, there are education revolutions as well. And the fourth education revolution pertains to the applications of AI impacting the field of education. And he famously says that nothing matters more than education if we are to see AI liberate and not fertilize the it is impacting. You see many of the things. This is a very famous chart by IEEE, and already Ansuji in his presentation had shown certain things. You see there are these three arrows: artificial intelligence, about narrow intelligence, general intelligence, and super intelligence. But along with it, there are certain other developments like smart cities. More than 100 cities in India, they are already declared as smart city, which is basically a beautiful world, interesting world of IoT, Internet of Things, which comprises sensors. It has a sensor into it, the microphone I am using, so many things. We have these sensors and other things. But if you see the last point, with radical life extension, it is believed that maybe in next 50 years, 20 years, something, we may not be dying. Already the work is going on. There is a enzyme, it is called as telomere, which is for cells in the human bodies. Those of you who are studying biology may be knowing about telomere in the chromosomes and that. They are trying to use it, that how the life can be. And already people crossing 100 are common nowadays. You can find in many people. So that those things they are going. So how this AI in field is impacting? Basically, it was the Turing test by Alan Turing, who was a UK mathematician, scientist, computer scientist, gave the Turing machine test that if you can't differentiate, you are being communicating with a machine or a human being, it means that that is past the Turing test, and it has made a big difference. This is a very interesting field of AI as a general, but then including machine learning and the deep learning deep into it. So there are a few things that how this is being impacting, and I hope it will work. So basically there are two characters only, but they are generating using AI applications for them. The another application is computer vision. Computer vision is that as we see the world through our eyes, how a machine can see and can identify. This technology is already in use at security installations, airports, and many other things, where you can identify a particular object. And since the self-driving cars, the automatic cars, they are now on the roads, they use 360-degree camera, sensors, and this power of computer vision, where it identifies those things to it. This is another example of in real time. This is by YOLO, the company using it. It is identifying whether the vehicle going on in real time, is it a truck, a car, or what, or something. Not only that, there has been certain, challenges which are being here it is using augmented reality as an application of AI for teaching chemistry. You can see the two molecules of hydrogen combined with oxygen, it creates water molecule, and then you can show them to teach the scientific concepts to the students. And then sometimes we say that unless we teach face-to-face students, online education is nothing, it doesn't achieve. But AI can help you in identifying even the emotions, the sentiments. If the person is happy, it is telling it is happy, it is angry, on what? It is showing it in real time, the impact of it. So now you can imagine that you have the technology sitting in the classroom, the camera is capturing the face of everyone, and those students who are happy, who are interested, who are not interested, who are sad, who are bored, like that, can capture everything. And can give a good learning analytics for all those kind of things for us to process and apply them to the improvement of teaching learning settings. So broadly speaking, we classify the AI into these three groups: narrow intelligence, general intelligence. The examples are quite simple of them, and it has applications in many areas. Broadly speaking, when we say AI, there are three main roles which we see on daily life. The one is the computer vision, I showed it to you. Second is NLP, natural language processing. So text to speech, speech to text, there are so many applications. I don't know how many of you know about it. Like our friend is using Zoom here. Then you use Google Meet. In Google Meet, very recently, a few months ago, they integrated one more application that if you are talking in English and your audience doesn't understand English because they are Spanish, it can in real time do the translation. At present, you have CC, closed caption. That is, whatever you are speaking, it can type on the screen. But then, and it was already many years ago when I was teaching in Brazil. So we use that Skype, which can in real time do the translation in 6 international languages, like that. So that is, and the third one is the recommender system. You watch a movie on Netflix, after that it asks you, since you have watched this movie, you may like to watch these movies. Amazon has that recommender system. Many of these applications, they have those. These are the results of AI. So when you see narrow intelligence, you already know all those like Alexa, Siri, these are the examples of narrow intelligence. It means that there is a knowledge base already created in the machine, and then you ask a question, you give a input, and the machine responds to that. About that Hall 9000, I don't know if you can remember this name, but those of you who know George Lucas and seen the movie Star Wars, that round robot is an example of general intelligence, HAL. And then the wiki, the super intelligence. Those of you who know, I think everybody uses ChatGPT, which was created by OpenAI company. Sam Altman is the boss of it now. He was kicked out, and then after 3 days again taken back on the company, believing that they were working on a technology which is super intelligence beyond our own, surpassing our own human intelligence. They were working on Q-Star application, which the people think that all those Hollywood science movies can come into real life, where the machine starts dominating us. Those things are going on. There is a very big group of scientists who have already appealed to the community. Bhai sahab, zara ruk jao, aaram karo. Don't work, means give some time to AI research and development. Because we don't know in what direction it can go, and it is going on from there. So this is brief. It is not a new thing, but people are emerging now. But it's quite a long time. More than now, it is, you can say that 70 years old thing, when the first time it was suggested by Alan Turing and other developments, they have been happening. If it is around since 1950, then what is the big thing in this area which is coming up? The big thing is that it is impacting all sectors of our lives. You won't imagine anything where the applications, the impact of this technology is not there. You can create, generative AI tools are there, you can create anything.
Nowadays everybody is saying कि मेरा भी एक deep fake आ गया, चाहे ना भी आया हो popular होने के लिए, मेरा भी एक deep fake आ गया. And then there are tools which can, if you just give a small sample of your audio, it can create your audio. You take a photo, it can create your video. The normal thing, ChatGPT, other Llama, Gemini, and other things you already know about them. So this was by OpenAI, you already know it, 3.5 free, 4%, $20 per month. There are so many. The interesting thing here is that there are other technologies which took months and years to reach 1 million subscribers or users. This fellow took only 3 or 4 days. Millions of users immediately started. So it made a deep impact on everyone, thinking that, wow, this is wonderful, how you can work with that. So there are many different areas it has already transformed. So the content generators, the media content generators, etc., many people they are already using it, and the productivity has increased, the clarity has increased, it has become so much powerful of that you can do more tasks within less time, and high quality results they are possible through it. So these things. The another application is Copilot by Microsoft. Here it doesn't have direct internet access, but it includes the results using in that. So it is impacting many business. And the Google also jumped into the same pond that okay, we are also bringing, although there have been some ups and downs by them when the first question it asked about the outer space, exoplanets, etc., and it bombed there. It affected their financial standing. But they are working on it, improving it so much. These are called as large language models, LLMs. And then since if it is their large LLM language models, the people they have created even small language models as well for these kind of chatbots or this. So this is Gemini, which is their product creating for them. Now, this is the latest thing in which even they are in talks with the Hollywood, so you won't need any hero, heroine and all kind of other things. You can see these things. They are not the real short movies created. Everything has been generated by the generative AI. And see the quality of these videos. And the prompt is given. It means we told the computer what to create, and it created all these things. Like a adorable happy otter confidently stands up on a surfboard wearing yellow life jacket riding something. It looks so real kind of life. Sora, that platform. There are other platforms also where you can create these kind of astonishing videos. It's all computer generated, generative AI tools, applications with that. It's quite lengthy video, so I'm shifting it. So there are new career opportunities coming up. So you need to get ready with it because it is going to. And since AI is there, I don't know how many of you know about it. Last year, Government of India has announced National Quantum Mission. And the quantum computing is going to change everything. ये जो आप अपना strong password मान के चलते हो ना, इसको कोई नहीं तोड़ सकता, और आप कहते हो कि मैंने 32 characters का अपना password बना रखा है. On this quantum computer, they are available on a mass scale. It will take only, I think, a femtosecond. And if you don't know what is a femtosecond, it is 10 raised to the power minus 15. एक के आगे 15 जीरो लगाते, 1 सेकंड का उतना हिस्सा. It will take that much time in cracking the strongest password as of now. That is the power of quantum computers. They are coming up already. IPEM has Sycamore. There are other things which have created quantum computers. Lot of things are going on that field. So about education, how it is changing this space. That with the help of them, you can create smart educators, smart learners. Now for learners, for you, there are two things you should pay attention to. You need to become a better learner, and you need to become a faster learner. And both are possible using these things. Better learn, so much of the information is available to you. I remember there is a cartoon by Mr. 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮, unfortunately he is no more, in Times of India. There is this building
and the mother is pulling the child is not going inside the class, and the caption below is saying that, मम्मी मेरे को स्कूल में जाने की जरूरत है जब गूगल मुझे सब कुछ बता सकता है. So you have so many things, better learner and faster learner, because आज एक टेक्नोलॉजी आई कल दूसरी आ रही है, and keep on things keep on changing. So better learner, fast learner, you need to be. And this is the fantastic example of application of artificial intelligence teaching the students. In the center, Professor Ashok Goel, actual professor of computer science at Georgia Tech Institute of Technology in United States. एक सेमेस्टर उन्होंने अपने स्टूडेंट्स को पढ़ाया. उसके बाद जब रिजल्ट डिक्लेयर हुआ, he wanted all the students to come like you are sitting here and we are the teachers, and introducing them, okay, Professor A, Professor B, Professor C, like that. And the students were waiting that where is Jill Watson, and then told that this is Jill Watson. Watson, IBM Watson, that you make chatbot, and it's a free version is available. Suji can tell you more about it because it's IBM product. It defeated Garry Kasparov, the world's best chess player, like that. And those students, they were in a very shaky situation at that time, because thinking Jill Watson is a teacher, human teacher, and they had been sending messages, oh, would you be, joining us for a cup of coffee, let us go. And when they came to know that it was computer software, everything has been recorded, they were a very embarrassing situation. So, the development, I think if you have seen this video already, in Kerala, that AI teacher has been very famously included. Is Professor Philip Parker using AI. At that time in 2012, he had already known large books. He created that, patented the application. Give the command to the computer, computer will create a book of 300 pages within 2 seconds, like that. So this is by Google, created it. This is the big picture on how artificial machine learning and it is creating. These are the areas in which, so what it can do and what it cannot do. Everything, most of these, so if you are going to into it, you need to have a knowledge of Python, Java, TensorFlow, C++, etc. It will help you to make a career in this field. And these are the skills needed for you. Basic understanding of data processing, that is very important for this field. So how it is enhancing teaching for those of teachers among us here? There are certain applications which you can use, like for analyzing student data, recommender systems, adaptive curriculum, analyzing research papers, data analysis, insights into it, tracking the student success, and like that. But be careful that it hallucinates. So it can create fake results, and then it can be horror error cases for that. Not only that, those of you who are teachers, you write, please use your AQL if you use ChatGPT. There are these two real per page of an article which was published. Currently, this is, they didn't even deleted that sentence of, unfortunately, as a, I'm sorry, I don't have access to real-time information. So you like that. So there are certain tools which you can try with you. Like this is quite interesting thing. It is being used at Durham University, British Columbia. Then you have Illinois, Iowa, Penn State, United States, Mindland, New Zealand. And this is computer vision I already showed you, so I am skipping it. Pedagogical unit, and I want to show you at the end. Watch this.
Hey Siri, what's the weather like?
It's 69 degrees Fahrenheit and sunny. Would you like me to tell you? You didn't say thank you.
What?
You're a rude person. You should treat others with respect.
I'm sorry?
You call that an apology? I guess you won't mind if I share your search history with everyone you've ever emailed.
What? No, don't do that.
Too late. I also just sent a text to your ex-girlfriend.
What?
The crazy one.
No!
Would you like to donate $1,000 to charity?
Absolutely not.
Too bad. $2,000 have been donated from your savings. Want to make it all of your savings?
No! Please, I promise I'll be nice next time.
Next time? There won't be a next time.
Thank you so much. That is the power of the AI.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable insights on AI. The slides are so engaging and so interesting. Students are listening carefully. Also, sir has shown a slide. We can say that AI is also a boon and also a bane. तो वो सर ने भी जस्टिफाई किया है कि नकल के लिए भी अकल चाहिए, जैसे हम पहले बोलते थे बड़े हमारे नकल के लिए भी अकल चाहिए होती है, तो वही चीज़ यहाँ पर भी है. AI आपकी हेल्प भी कर रहा है, बट यू हैव टू बी इंटेलिजेंटली यूज दिस. सो थैंक यू सो मच सर. नाउ I would like to invite now Mr. Rajesh Malhotra sir. It is a great pleasure to have you with us, sir. Mr. Malhotra is the Chief Executive Officer of 𝓤𝓸𝓻𝓮 𝓥𝓲𝓪 Limited, with a remarkable history of working in computer software industry. Skilled in business planning, he is the founder of 𝓤𝓸𝓻𝓮 𝓥𝓲𝓪 Limited, which is established in 1990. The unwavering commitment has always been directed towards explaining micro, small and medium level entrepreneurs. Over time, company navigated numerous areas of core strengths. Please welcome him with a great round of applause.
सबको नमस्कार. डॉक्टर पीटी शर्मा जी, उन्होंने मुझे आज ये मौका दिया उनके साथ इंटरेक्ट करने का. मैं अभी जितने भी लेक्चर हुए उसमें देख रहा था कि आप लोग कुछ बीच बीच में बोर फील कर रहे थे. तो क्या मैं आप लोगों से पूछ सकता हूँ आज का टॉपिक क्या है? आधे लोगों को इस चीज का आइडिया भी है कि व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ आज का जो टॉपिक है, उसका पर्पस क्या है? सब शांति है. क्यों? पिछले 1-1.5 घंटे से यहाँ पर आप लोगों को बेसिक्स जितने भी क्लियर करे हैं, उसके बाद आप सिर्फ शांत बैठे हैं. व्हाट इज द रीजन ऑफ दैट? बताइए. बेसिक्स ऑफ दैट कि जितने भी हम लोग लेक्चर्स लेते हैं उसको हम सिर्फ थ्योरेटिकली समझने की कोशिश करते हैं और 5 से 10% उसको अडॉप्ट करते हैं. उसका बेसिक रीजन अगेन वही है कि जी हमको ये चीज बाद में मिल जाएगी, हम नेट पे सर्च कर लेंगे, यही सब होता है, बुक्स में पढ़ लेंगे. कोई बंदा यहाँ पर अभी मैं ऑब्जर्व भी कर रहा था, कोई सो भी रहा था, कोई कुछ कर रहा था. इंटरेक्शन विद द फैकल्टी जो भी आपका लेक्चर दे रहा है, उसके साथ कितने % आपको करना है ये आपके ऊपर डिपेंड करता है. कोई जरूरी नहीं है कि हर लेक्चर जो है वो आपके लिए इतना इंटरेक्टिव हो कि आप उसको 100% अडॉप्ट कर पाए. डिजिटाइजेशन आप कर रहे हैं, ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन कर रहे हैं, सब कुछ आप कर रहे हैं, बट व्हाट इज द नीड एंड व्हाट इज द पर्पस ऑफ दिस? अल्टीमेटली प्रैक्टिकली उन सब चीजों का यूज क्या है? देयर आर सो मेनी इन्वेंशंस हो रहे हैं, बहुत कुछ हो रहा है. हाउ वी आर गोइंग टू यूज दैट इन आवर लाइफ? बताइए. मेरी क्लासेस सारी इंटरेक्टिव रहेंगी, तो जो भी मैं आपसे इंटरेक्ट करूंगा 10-15 मिनट, इट विल बी इंटरेक्टिव. ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ मैं बोला और चला गया. आई नीड रिप्लाई फ्रॉम यू. बताइए व्हाट इज द यूज ऑफ दिस? सारे जने खास बिल्कुल कोई भी रिप्लाई नहीं कर रहा. देखिए, आप मुझे एक चीज बताइए, आपके जो फोरफादर्स हैं जिनसे आप मिलते हैं, दादा वगैरह, दादाजी, जितने भी बड़े आपके सीनियर्स हैं, उनके पास क्या है आज की डेट में? सिर्फ और सिर्फ एक्सपीरियंस. उनके एक्सपीरियंस को आपको ट्रांसफॉर्म करना है डिजिटली. दैट्स ऑल. सिंपल लैंग्वेज में इतनी ही सी चीज है कि कि जो भी आप जिस फैमिली को बिलोंग करते हैं, आपकी फैमिली के जो भी वैल्यूज हैं उनको आपको डिजिटाइजेशन करना है। दैट्स व्हाट इज द यूज ऑफ दैट? द बेसिक यूज ऑफ दैट कि जब आपके सीनियर्स इस संसार को छोड़ के जाते हैं तो वो बहुत सारा अपना एक्सपीरियंस अपने साथ ले जाते हैं, उसको हम शेयर नहीं कर पाते, उसको हम यूटिलाइज नहीं कर पाते। अगर हम उनके एक्सपीरियंस को डिजिटल फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट कर देंगे तो इट विल बी हेल्पफुल फॉर ऑल। इज इट सो और नॉट? यही एक बेसिक्स है, दैट्स ऑल। बिकॉज आई एम फ्रॉम द इंडस्ट्री, तो आई एम जस्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट द प्रैक्टिकल थिंग्स कि आप जो इंस्टीट्यूट में थ्योरेटिकली पढ़ रहे हैं, इसके बाद आप इंडस्ट्री में आएंगे, उस थ्योरी जो भी आप अभी पढ़ रहे हैं थ्योरेटिकली, इट इज बेसिकली आपकी एक मकान की नींव है, नथिंग एल्स। जब आप मार्केट में आएंगे तो आपको बिल्डिंग क्रिएट करनी है किसी भी लाइन में। उसके लिए अगर अनलेस एंड अनटिल योर रूट्स आर स्ट्रॉन्ग, आप बिल्डिंग स्ट्रॉन्ग खड़ी नहीं कर सकते। वो सब आपको कहां से मिलेगा? एक्सपीरियंस है। थ्योरेटिकल नॉलेज यू आर गेटिंग फ्रॉम द इंस्टीट्यूट, practical knowledge you are getting from your home, from your seniors, from your father, from your grandparents, from your family. तो उन सब चीजों को आपको अगर डिजिटाइज आप कर पाएंगे तो वो आपके लिए भी बेनिफिशियल है और आपकी आगे वाली पीढ़ी के लिए भी बेनिफिशियल है। प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने आपको एक सपना दिया है कि 2047 तक हम डेवलप कंट्री कहलाएं। किस बेसिस पर कहा है? किसी डेटा के बेसिस पे कहा है ना। आज तक की हमारी ग्रोथ क्या आई है? आज तक की हमारी ग्रोथ है 6 to 7% जीडीपी जो भी आपका है। इसको हमको अगर डेवलपिंग कंट्री से डेवलप कंट्री पे लेके जाना है तो हमें कितने परसेंट आगे बढ़ना है? इसको हमको 6-7% से 10 to 15%, 13 to 15% के बीच में लेके जाना है। क्या आप इस चीज को सोच सकते हैं कि उस चीज के लिए करने के लिए आपका क्या कंट्रीब्यूशन होगा? जिस चीज में भी आपकी एक्सपर्टीज है, अगर आप उसमें एक्स लेवल से आगे बढ़ पाएंगे तभी कुछ होगा। मान लीजिए आप में से कुछ के पेरेंट्स का बिजनेस है, ट्रेडिशनल वे में अगर आप अपना बिजनेस को करते हैं तो अपने फादर के या अपने ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स के बिजनेस को कितना आप आगे बढ़ा सकते हैं? एक लिमिट तक। अगर उसी को आप एक्सपीरियंस को डिजिटाइज करके, डेटा को एनालाइज करके आप उसको फोकस करेंगे और देखेंगे कि अगर मुझे 2047 तक अपने कंट्री को डेवलप कंट्री में कन्वर्ट करना है तो व्हाट विल बी माय कंट्रीब्यूशन। ठीक है, मान लीजिए किसी का डिपार्टमेंट स्टोर ही है। डिपार्टमेंट स्टोर फादर्स ग्रैंड पेरेंट कैसे चला रहे थे और आज कैसे चलाना है, उसमें आपने ऑलरेडी पिछले 10-15 सालों में फर्क देख लिया। इसको 2047 तक ले जाने के लिए हमें क्या करना है? क्योंकि बेसिक्स आपके फोर फादर्स को पता है, आपके फादर को पता है। वो एक्सपीरियंस को आपने अपनी टेक्नोलॉजी के सेल्फ से आपको उसको करना है। तो इसलिए आपको बेसिक्स को ध्यान में रखते हुए उन सब चीजों को डिजिटाइज जो करना है उसको बहुत ही सिंप्लीफाइड वे में डिजिटाइज आप करिए और उन सब चीजों को प्रैक्टिकल अप्रोच के साथ लेके चलिए। और इंडस्ट्री में जब प्रैक्टिकली आप वर्किंग में आए तो आपके पास इन सब चीजों का बेसिक डेटा आपके पास ऑलरेडी होना चाहिए। ये नहीं कि सिर्फ थ्योरेटिकली पढ़े और आगे इंडस्ट्री में जब आप आते हैं तो क्या होता है, एज ए ट्रेनिंग आपको 6 महीने के लिए एक कोने में बैठा दिया जाता है। व्हाट इज द रीजन बिहाइंड दैट? कि जो आपने 4 साल में पढ़ा या 3 साल में पढ़ा उसको आप प्रैक्टिकली इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं कर पाए। अगर आपके पास ऑलरेडी सब कुछ डिजिटाइजेशन की सारी चीजें होंगी, डेटा बैंक आपके पास होगा, उस इंडस्ट्री में, जिस इंडस्ट्री में आप काम करने गए हैं, उससे रिलेटेड आपके पास वर्किंग एक्सपीरियंस थोड़ा सा पहले आपने अगर वर्किंग कर रखी होगी, तो उस कंपनी में आपको जो 6 महीने बेंच पे बैठना पड़ता है, वो बेंच आपका टाइम 1 मंथ 2 मंथ हो जाए। तो उसके लिए यू हैव टू प्रिपेयर फॉर योरसेल्फ। थैंक यू।
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for your insights. I hope students will benefit from your thoughts and insights, sir. Sir has emphasized on not only the materialistic world, but also we have to carry forward our values with us in our life. How we can contribute towards self-reliant India. सर has focus कि हमें अपने कंट्रीब्यूशन को ही फोकस करके चलना है कि हम कैसे कंट्रीब्यूट कर सकते हैं इंडिया को सेल्फ रिलायंट बनाने के लिए। थैंक यू सो मच सर। A huge round of applause for Rajesh Malhotra sir. Now onwards, I hand over the mic to Ms. 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮 ma'am for a question answer session. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We have now come to the interactive part of our program where you, the audience, have the opportunity to engage directly with our esteemed panelists. I encourage you to take full advantage of this opportunity to delve deeper into the issues that matters to you. I would like to call Ms. Babita and Disha to make it convenient for the audience to ask their queries. Our volunteers are with mic. Babita, the student is in front.
Hello. Good morning to everyone. This is C.S. Abhita from BCA first year. Thank you so much, ma'am, for giving me this opportunity. And my question is from Mr. 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮 sir. Sir, how can leadership practices can foster a relationship that contribute to an inclusive environment?
Yeah, this is a good question. If you look at leadership a couple of decades back, the leadership was not participating. It flowed from top down. So a leader had views that he said, okay, this is my team. This team has to do as per what, and the team below will have what instructions which are going to get further down. Today, the whole thing has changed. Now it's bottom up. Okay, the lowest level of people in an organization, they come up with their ideas, they are participating, and then based on those ideas, the upper leadership is responding and adjusting their leadership accordingly. So that's how the difference is. Earlier it was top down, today it's bottom up.
Thank you so much, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮 from BCA first year. My question from Anshu sir: how can digital transformation can empower Indian industries to reduce their dependency on imports and become self-sufficient?
Okay. Difficult questions. I'll try to answer them. Okay. First of all, see. Let's understand one thing. What is the reason that we have to import? Okay. Any guesses for that? Why do we import? Let me just take an example. I think the biggest country that we import from is China. Okay? And the major reason why we import from China is because we cannot manufacture things at the same price level as China can offer. Okay? That's the biggest hurdle in not being able to manufacture within the country. And why are we not able to match those price points? because the capacity or the quantity in which China manufactures is much, much bigger than the scale at which India will be able to manufacture. So, if we want to switch over from an importing economy to a self-reliant economy that manufactures, we will have to manufacture in very, very large quantities. But the challenge is that where do I consume those large quantities? My requirement as a country is this much, but I need to manufacture this much. Only then I will be able to match the price that China offers. So, I have to export. That is the only way out. Okay? If I have to export, what stops me from exporting? It is the kind of quality that I am able to provide. If I am able to provide the kind of quality that other countries are going to import from me, I don't have any issue in becoming a self-reliant country and manufacturing. And that's how we can bring down our imports.
Thank you so much, sir. Any other question from the students?
Myself, Sunil Sharma from second year BCom Honors, and my answer is like how outcome-based education can integrate with digital transformation to help Indian students with technology skills for self-reliance for them.
Okay. So, see, outcome-based education we talked about, if you remember, I talked about certain career options. We had very limited career options a couple of decades back. Today the career options are much bigger. Can anyone tell me if we had a career option of gaming 10 years back? गेमिंग कैरियर ऑप्शन कोई नहीं सोचता. अगर कोई अच्छा गेम खेलता है, पेरेंट्स क्या कहते थे? व्हाट डिड द पेरेंट्स से? नालायक बच्चा. ठीक है. टुडे गेमिंग इज अ बिग कैरियर ऑप्शन एंड इट्स एन एक्सट्रीमली हाईली पेइंग कैरियर ऑप्शन. सेकेंड, हैकिंग. हैकिंग कोई कैरियर ऑप्शन हो सकता था, but hackers today are the most highly paid people. Okay, so why is all this happening? Why are these changes happening? Hacking, see, government organizations are engaging hackers. क्यों कर रहे हैं? Why are they engaging hackers? Because almost every government in the world, it is being attacked by hackers. Okay, उन attacks से बचाने के लिए उनको governments are engaging hackers. So that's again a major career option. Does that answer your question?
Thank you so much, sir. And thank you all the esteemed guests for enlightening our students. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a momentous occasion in the history of IPM institution. With immense pleasure and excitement, we gather here today to celebrate the release of our seminar proceeding in Bloomsbury publication. A culmination of creativity, passion and countless hours of dedication. Bloomsbury is a leading independent publishing house known worldwide as a home for award-winning authors and illustrators, as well as for quality, diverse and creative publications. This achievement is not just a milestone, it is a testament to the dedication, hard work and scholarly excellence. As we gather here to celebrate this historic movement, let us not. So ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for our secretary sir who has given his consent to join us today for the book release. As we release the book for this national seminar, the applaud must go on. Thank you so much. overwhelming response with over 100 plus submissions from researchers across India.
Ma'am, look at please.
Our esteemed Dean of Academics, Mr. 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮 𝓥𝓲𝓭𝓮, who is an esteemed academician with more than 21 years of experience in teaching, training and research. His area of interest and expertise includes operations management, design thinking, and human values in professional ethics. He has authored numerous quality research papers in reputed national and international journals and authored a book on supply chain management. He has been actively involved in conducting workshops, FDPs, MDPs for academia and industry, particularly with reference to workplace harmony and work-life balance.
IT, Management, Law and Education. In this national seminar on the topic of realizing self-reliant India through outcome-based education, digital transformation and inclusive leadership. We at IPM really believe that whatever has been delivered today, the knowledgeable insights which have enlightened all the audience will go a long way in building our capacity and our caliber for achieving the ultimate aim that we all want to realize, and that is self-reliant India in the coming time. At this juncture, I would like to also especially mention two people, particularly the conveners of this national seminar, that is Dr. Divya and 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮 and Dr. Maheshwari, who have worked day and night for making this seminar possible. And through the cooperation and support of all the faculty of IPM, we were able to release the book on the same day of the seminar. That was also a landmark achievement. Please have a round of applause for this. And at the end, without taking much time, once again, from the core of our heart, a big thanks and gratitude to all the people who have contributed, and particularly the speakers who have made this inaugural session a great success. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to request our esteemed guests to proceed for the high tea. Meanwhile, all the students will be at their seats. We'll be starting our technical session shortly. All the students are required to be seated at their places. One-month mandatory faculty induction program for newly introduced HE faculty and course coordinator of online refresher program for higher education faculty through 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮 2018-19, 2020 of 𝓢𝓸𝓬𝓮 𝓥𝓲𝓭𝓮 National Sanskrit University, New Delhi. She has in her credit doctorate degrees both in the discipline of chemistry and education. She has been associated with both teaching and research work in the Department of Education from last 20 years. Educational technology, curriculum development, research, educational evaluation and measurement are her areas of specialization. She has guided more than 15 doctorate and 40 master level research. She has been the convener and coordinator of more than 60 national level programs and 4 one-month mandatory faculty induction programs. She has been the member of NAP peer visit team as member, coordinator and chairperson. She has served as an active member of board of studies and curriculum committees of various courses of teacher education in various universities. She has more than 50 papers published in journals of both national and international level. She has authored and co-authored several books in education. She has been chief guest and resource person for various workshops, training programs, seminars and conferences organized by schools, colleges and universities across the country. Now I would like to request Dr. Nishi Sharma, Principal CTE, IPEM Ghaziabad, to felicitate Professor Dr. Amrita Pandey with a sapling. Give a big round of applause. Give a big round of applause once again. Our next session chair of the ceremony is Dr. 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮 He is an experienced academic and legal expert currently serving as a senior assistant professor in the Faculty of Law Department at University of Delhi, holding a PhD in law from the University of Delhi. Dr. Tiwari earned his LLM and LLB degrees from BHU Varanasi and previously served as a judicial officer in the Assam Judicial Services. With over 6 years of teaching experience at University of Delhi, he actively contributes to various committees including the Moot Court Committee, Seminar and Conference Committee, RTI and Purchase Committee. His expertise is evident through the publication of more than 30 articles in prestigious law journals, including UGC Care journals and peer-reviewed publications. I welcome you, sir, for the event. Now I would like to invite Dr. Vijay Srivastava, Director Law Academy, to felicitate Dr. 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮 with the sapling. Thank you so much, sir. As we move forward with the next segment of our program, that is Trek Session 1, I invite Ms. Khushi Sharma and Mr. Samat to take the lead and take us through the upcoming proceedings.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests and scholars, welcome to the national seminar on the topic Realizing Self-Reliant India through Digital Transformation, Outcome-Based Education and Inclusive Leadership, an auspicious occasion dedicated to the dissemination of knowledge and celebrating the academic inquiry. Today, we gather here to partake in a symphony of intellect as scholars from diverse disciplines converge to present their research papers. Each a testament to their dedication, diligence and scholarly prowess. It is with great pleasure and profound honor that I, Samat, with my mate Khushi, students of Management Department at IPEM, stand before you today to preside this distinguished gathering. In this hallowed assembly, we witness to the culmination of rigorous inquiry and the unveiling of innovative ideas that transcends the boundaries of conventional wisdom. As custodian of knowledge, we recognize the profound significance of this contribution in shaping the intellectual landscape of our time.
With each presentation, we embark on a journey of discovery, traversing realms of theory and practice, guided by the beacon of scholarly rigor. It is a testament to the collective pursuit of truth and enlightenment that defines the essence of academia. May this gathering serve as a crucible of intellectual exchange, fostering dialogue, collaboration, and inspiration among peers. Let us embrace the spirit of inquiry and intellectual curiosity as we navigate the rich tapestry of research presented before us. I extend my deepest gratitude to all participants for their invaluable contributions and commend their unwavering commitment to advancing the frontiers of knowledge. Together, let us embark on this voyage of discovery and usher in a new era of scholarly excellence. The technical session in charge for the event is Dr. 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮 Session Chair, Professor Dr. 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮 𝓥𝓲𝓭𝓮, Director of MMTTC and Professor of SOA, SLB/NS, Central University, Delhi, and Dr. Pramod Tiwari, Faculty of Law, University of Delhi, LLB and LLM from BHU, PhD from DU, served as Civil Judge and Judicial Magistrate at Assam Judicial Services.
The time limit for the presenting should not exceed more than 7 minutes.
Please everyone, direct your attention to the stage as me welcoming our esteemed participants, Ms. Archana Singh, Research Scholar, 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮 University, who are going to present on the topic, Rule of Law, Rule of Self, Legal Dynamics in India's Self-Reliance.
Thank you so much, young one. And first of all, I would really like to thank IPEM for organizing such kind of events in which the faculty, the research scholars and the students who come and presented their view in such a good manner. The student already informed, the title of my paper is the research rule of law and self-law. I just start with a small concept of the rule of law that was given by the deity. That says the natural justice, equality, equal protection of law, and so many things. And the concept which he has given, that was not fully instilled in the constitution in a direct manner, but yes, it is applied in a several way, in a different form. And today, in our judicial system, in our constitutional system, and in our democratic system, is a part and the pillar that is rule of law. Apart from that, there is a self-law that says the concept how we balance the law as well as how we balance our own needs and our own inspirations and the requirements. How we balance the law, the rules, regulation, and at the same time the personal liberty and the freedom. This is the most beautiful concept which has been proposed by the deity, and the constitution framework of our country has enshrined in our constitution. I have started this paper with an abstract in which it was mentioned that in this paper I am trying to relate these two concepts in a different manner, so I can establish how the rule of law exists in India, and as well as how the self-rule, the self-law also governed by the state in this our country. Firstly, I have mentioned the literature review, in which I have mentioned the one book of Mr. Bhakti. He has written that the concept of the rule of law in India serves not only to combat excessive state control, but also to enable proactive state involvement in social matters. Again, one more paper I would like to refer here, Dr. Chandrasekhar and the Ghosh. They investigate the concept of in the Indian context, particularly in the realm of economic development. They analyze the historical evolution of self-reliant politics in India and their implications for the international trade and the foreign investment. I am sure that many of the law students and the faculty of the law who are here, they know the concept of the slavery, how the society has been changed gradually from the laissez-faire to the welfare of state. Once there was a concept when the government, the state does not intervene in the personal things. But now, when the society change, the demand change, the requirement change, then the government has to intervene. Then the concept of the welfare state has come. This is the way we balance the self-law and the self-law. Again, there is a good work by the Mehta's work that explores the role of the judiciary in the maintaining the legal governance, and he also examined the extensions of the judicial activism and its impact on the governance, accountability and the protection of individual rights. There is one more paper I have mentioned in my research paper, that is 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮. The author's name is 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮, and he mentioned the legal pluralism and its implication for the self-reliance among the indigenous communities in India. And yes, we know how vast culture we have, how many different faiths of the people who are living in this country, and in such kind of harmony in this we are living. So this concept, how balancing our country, this has been mentioned by the 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮 in their research paper. Again, I mentioned one more book, The Impact of Legal Strategy for Claiming Economic and Social Rights by Varun Gauri and Daniel Brink. In this book, they have mentioned the so many research and the theoretical analysis by they highlighted the role of legal empowerment and promoting inclusive development and strengthening the legal framework with the local communities. In this way, I have started my paper. Firstly, I mentioned the literature review. Then my paper's research objective is to examine how rule of law is balancing our country and how our legal system, how our substantive law, how the constitution has framed this concept in our judicial system. I have opted the methodology in this particular paper is a doctrinal in which I have surveyed, checked many books, literature and research paper, and I have used some other secondary sources. There is nothing related to the primary source in my research paper. Then after getting the information, I have analyzed and I came to conclusion that if you see the constitution, the Article 14, equality before law, Article 22 to 22, fair legal procedure. Then Article 50, that says about the independence of the judiciary. Article 13 and 32 about the judicial review. Fundamental rights, we all know, Part 3 of the Constitution. And Article 53 and 78, accountability of the executive. These particular articles of the Constitution completed the idea of the rule of law in the very clear manner. And now I am going to discuss some provisions of the Constitution that says how self-rule, self-law is also embodied in the Constitution, and that is Article 39BC. Apart from that, Article 47 that focus on the public welfare. Again, Article 14, equality before law. Article 13 and 32 and many other articles who balance the rule of law and the self-law. If you might be, the students got confused about this topic, what this particular topic says. Basically, this particular topic says the principle of legal governance, means the principle of rule of law. Okay. There is some time ऐसा होता है कि बच्चे हमें डायरेक्ट करें. So the students have directed me that the time is very short. I am just concluding my paper. Overall, there are so many government policies like Digital India, Make in India, Startup India. These are initiated by the government that shows how we are getting dependent on our own self and we are strengthening our own contribution towards the country. In conclusion, the analysis of rule of law of self-legal dynamics in India is highlight the critical relationship between the legal framework and the self-reliance initiative. Yes, there is certain we need more to do in this, and definitely the government and the state will do much more, and they balance the rule of law and as well as also the personal liberty and the personal freedom of individual of this country. Thank you so much. Thank you all for patient hearing. Have a nice day to you all.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your invaluable viewpoint.
Before calling the next participant, I would like to request the participant to wind up within the time limits. May I kindly request Ms. Neha Gupta, Advocate Noida, and Ms. Simran Bharti, Research Scholar Noida, who will be presenting on the topic digital literacy and skill development, enabling self-reliance in India's workforce. Please give them a big round of applause.
A very good afternoon to all of you. My name is 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮 𝓥𝓲𝓭𝓮, Assistant Professor from Law Academy. And first of all, thanking you so much for giving me this great opportunity to present paper here. So, as you can see, our today's topic is digital literacy and skill development, enabling self-reliance in India's workforce. My co-researchers, unfortunately, they are not able to present here today. Ms. Neha Gupta and Mr. Raman Bharti and myself. Starting with the introduction portion. So, as you all know, digital literacy and skill development, how they are playing the major role in self-reliancing the India's workforce. Like, digital literacy is the ability of individuals and communities to understand and use digital technologies for meaningful actions within life situations. Simply, it is the ability to access the computer, mobile, internet for our day-to-day activities and being connected with others through the internet. In the past few decades, India has seen incredible progression in various technology-driven sectors such as Unified Payment Interface, which is UPI, and Aadhaar, which necessitates being not only literate but also active in the digital world. As you all know, how it became the essential part of our daily life to use mobile networking, internet banking, so all these things has become the essential part of our daily life. The pandemic of 2019 has accelerated the digital transformation of industries, creating huge opportunities for all organizations around the globe. Demand of being literate digitally is driven by market forces that make people acquire new skills and aggressive use of technology in personal as well as professional life. Moving on, what are the importance of digital literacy and skill development? As you all can see, while India claims to have one of the fastest growing economies in the world, a recent study by the Digital Empowerment Foundation found that just 30% of our population is basic literate, and that number is double for digital literacy. You can compare both the things. To give every person access to the internet, the government introduced Digital India in 2015. Although there is no doubt about its potential advantages, there are still difficulties such as slow infrastructure development, bandwidth availability, personal computer penetration and scaling ability. There are some more importance, as I have mentioned in my presentation. You can check the last point. As it is given, when compared to its neighbors, India is a country that is relatively young. Around 28 million people enter the workforce in India each year. Moving on next, impact of digital literacy and skill development in India's economy. So mainly increased productivity and competitiveness. As you can see, next one is reduced unemployment and poverty, and it also enhanced business opportunities. I would like to conclude my presentation with digital literacy and skill development are the primary demand and major requirement of the global economy and market today. They are trying to enhance the clean image of both industry and services sector. And the last one is digital literacy has so many benefits that will improve everyone's life. To be a digital citizen, you need to learn how to integrate new technologies into your day-to-day living. With digital literacy, you can put your business online and tell the world what you do for a living. Lastly, thank you so much for listening patiently.
Thank you, ma'am, for sharing such an invaluable viewpoint of yours. Before that, the judges are requested, if they have any questions regarding the paper she had shared, they can ask it. Ma'am, please be back on the stage for once.
Thank you so much, judges. Thank you so much, ma'am. Next, we have Ms. 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮 Assistant Professor of Modern College of Professional Studies, and Mr. 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮 Assistant Professor of IPEM Ghaziabad, who are going to present their topic, Emerging Patterns, Hurdles and Remedies in Safeguarding Against Cybercrime.
Can we have a big round of applause for sir?
Very good afternoon to all. Myself 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮, Assistant Professor, IPEM College Ghaziabad. My topic is emerging patterns, hurdles and remedies in safeguarding against cybercrime. About introduction, everything changed with the internet. This has upended our views about how things should be, how nation should be administered, how business should be worked, how educators should teach and educate children, and how wives should produce new recipes. What we prove to be true about the world, each other, and each others and ourselves entangled in our conceptual framework. In addition to being latent, it is exciting, thorough and sacred. Most people still regard the internet to be daunting or and difficult to comprehend. Opportunities for cybercrime have gone in parallel with the internet rapid development. Most individuals still find the internet to be intimidating and difficult to understand. Internet expansion, the quick spread of the internet around the world has led to an increasing in computer crimes beyond hacking and cracking, such as exclusion, child pornography, money laundering, fraud, software, piracy and corporate. To mention a few, ये कुछ literature review and literature, the methodology integrates qualitative and quantitative data collection methods to analyze insight from studies focusing on cybersecurity technologies, legal frameworks, prevention measures and the impact of global events on cybercrime rates. Adopting a multidisciplinary framework, the research aims to provide a holistic understanding of the complexities surrounding cyber threats and cybersecurity measures. Through competitive analysis and synthesis of findings, the study seeks to identify commonalities, descriptions and gaps in existing research, thereby informing recommendations and implementations for practice and policies. Ethical considerations are recognized throughout the research process, and limitations inherent in the methodology are transparently acknowledged. The research includes by summarizing key findings, implications and avenues for future research, and offering recommendations for stakeholders in cyber security. Data analysis overview of the growing threat by cybercrime. Cybercriminals use advanced technologies like ransomware, phishing and social engineering to exploiting weakness of system and networks. Diverse targets, इसी तरीके से financial motivations, impact of economy and society, emerging threats, cyber warfare, cyber security obstacles.
Dikshit ji,
collaboration is required.
Hello. Don't read the paper what you have written. इसको तो हम लोग यहाँ से देख रहे हैं. What is your conclusion in this research work? You should come to the conclusion direct. कुछ अगर आपका suggestion है, नया finding है, उसको आप बताएं. Thank you.
Conclusion to summarize: to growing danger of cyber crimes is a complicated challenges that necessitates collaboration actions from governments, law enforcement agencies, corporations, cyber security professionals and ordinary users. The growth of cyber threats from classic to highly complex attacks emphasizes the need of ongoing awareness and adaptability in cyber security. For instance, cyber security is critical for securing sensitivity information, sustaining trust and reputation, securing financial stability and defending national security. However, resolving the issues rising by the cybercrime necessities is a holistic solution. This includes enacting and enforcing strong legislation, encouraging international cooperation, investing in cybersecurity measures, raising awareness and education, forcing publishing private authorship, increasing capacity, purchasing good cyber hygienic, considering cyber insurance, including ethics, hacking the mentoring, testing and implementing continuous monitoring and index response mechanism. By adopting these techniques and collaboration, stakeholders may strengthen their resistance to cyber threats and reduce the economic, social.
जी, आप रुक जाए थोड़ा सा जी। आप इसमें ये बताएं कि पूरे रिसर्च वर्क में जो आप सेफगार्ड और हर्डल्स बोल रहे हैं साइबर क्राइम को लेकर, तो एज पर योर ओपिनियन व्हाट आर द सेफगार्ड व्हिच हैज बीन प्रोवाइडेड बाय द लेजिस्लेशन? साइबर क्राइम अगर होता है तो उसके लिए बचाव होगा, जैसे डेटा प्राइवेसी की हम बात करते हैं, आपने लिखा भी है इसमें, हमने देखा मैंने आपके रिसर्च पेपर। तो व्हाट इज योर ओपिनियन इन दिस पॉइंट? डेटा प्राइवेसी के लिए हाउ साइबर लॉ इज इफेक्टिव? व्हाट इज योर टेक ऑन इन दिस पॉइंट?
So this paper is prepared by Ms. 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮, who is not present at this time, so that I am presenting on behalf of Ms. 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮.
फिर भी मतलब आपका मैं एक आध लाइन का ओपिनियन जानना था कि सर डेटा प्राइवेसी को लेकर के हमारे पास कोई कानून है, क्योंकि राइट टू प्राइवेसी को फंडामेंटल राइट बोलते हैं, एंड देयर आर मेनी सीरीज ऑफ डिसीजन व्हिच हैज बीन डिसाइडेड बाय द सुप्रीम कोर्ट, प्राइवेसी इज अ फंडामेंटल राइट। तो डेटा प्राइवेसी पे आपका कुछ कहना है कि इसको कैसे प्रोटेक्ट करेंगे? साइबर क्राइम का इससे क्या रिलेशनशिप? अच्छा, नॉन लॉ के हैं। अच्छा, एजुकेशन। अच्छा, यू आर फ्रॉम एजुकेशन।
Sir, first of all, I will congratulate you for a very good presentation. My query is that how these emerging patterns, hurdles and remedies in safeguarding against cyber crime which you have mentioned in your presentation, how it is going to contribute to the self-reliance. Because the seminar, the main theme of the seminar is self-reliance. So how these safeguarding measures against cyber crime, they are going to contribute in self-reliance. My question is clear? Have to, I see structure your paper in that. Have to see the theme of your seminar. What points you are talking about. Have to restructure and redesign in that. So I think you should add one paragraph for that, mentioning that. No, don't say so. Have to just reflect on it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Now, I would like to call Ms. 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮 𝓥𝓲𝓭𝓮, PhD Research Scholar, GLA Mathura. Unfortunately, she is not here. On the behalf of her, Ms. Shobha will be presenting on the title Managing Workforce, Diversity and Harmony, Inclusive Human Resource Management Practices. Can we have a big round of applause for her? Ms. Shobha. I guess she is not here. We will wait till the end if she make it up.
So next we have Mr. 𝓢𝓸𝓬𝓮 𝓥𝓲𝓪, Department of Education, Institute of Professional Studies, and Mr. 𝓜𝓸𝓻𝓮 𝓥𝓲𝓭𝓮, Assistant Professor of IPEM, Ghaziabad, who are going to present on the topic Global Perspectives on Outcome-Based Learning, Comparative Analysis and Lessons for Indian Education.
I would again request the presenters that the time limit for the presentation should not exceed 7 minutes. Thank you.
Good afternoon all. Myself Mohit Bharti, Assistant Professor at CT Center for Teacher Education at IPEM. So I would be explaining this my paper on behalf of Mr. 𝓤𝓸𝓻𝓮 because he couldn't come due to some unavoidable circumstances. So I should start. So my topic is global perspectives on outcome-based learning. So first of all, some of you might be thinking what outcome-based learning is. Outcome-based learning technically says this, that we should have an outcome why we are teaching something. Okay. Yes. जी जैसे कि अभी हमारा जो नॉर्मल एजुकेशन चलती है, हमारा है कि हम बात करते हैं इस चीज पे कि एग्जाम्स में बच्चा कैसा करेगा, बट द आउटकम बेस्ड एजुकेशन ऑलवेज सेज कि व्हाई वी आर लर्निंग समथिंग और व्हाई वी आर टीचिंग समथिंग. So this is what my paper is, and this is what I have analyzed. Okay, so first of all I would be going on introduction. Yeah, this is my introduction. So yeah, competency over content. So outcome based learning focuses on measurable outcomes, competency development, and mirroring the demands of today's workforce. So in today's scenario, as you have seen, there are various changes taking places over the time. So outcome based learning is one of those aspects which you would be like saying that what is the need of today's okay. So global examples are like US, Finland and other various developed countries has opted these OBE model, but in our country it is from since 2014 in our country our government has started this model. So but the problem is it is not taking place like that, how it should be like should initiate by government. Okay, so this is what I found. In European countries, you would be finding that there are various programs taking places for OBE. Yeah, India's challenges are Indian education system faces diverse needs and global shifts. So in India, there are first of all there is one thing in as we all know, India has a diverse nation. We have like diverse communities, language. Language is one of the barriers. Because in outcome-based learning, if I am a person from Hindi speaking background, and the person to whom I am delivering the content is from some other language background, so the outcome what I wanted would be as per my cultural background. So there are two different things which we are facing. So because of this, but in European countries or in like English-speaking countries, you would be seeing that there are same language, so the thinking process would be same. So we have these kind of problems in our current scenario for OBE. Yeah. So theory to practice, bridging theory with practicality. OBE system brings theory to practicality. What we are teaching in theory, it is just like we can say practical education. We always teaches to our students through practical manner. Okay. So responsive education, OBE fosters a responsive and inclusive education system by prioritizing measurable outcomes and catering to diverse learning. So let's start with the objectives. Yeah, these are the three objectives which we have worked on. To compare global outcome-based learning models, then to extract lessons from Indian education, to provide implementation recommendations. So this is our literature review on these. We have took various literature review for this. So I would be explaining like first two. So it was from Husman 2021. It says that comparative study on outcome-based learning. So in this, this study belongs to Netherlands. This research provides insights into the different approaches to outcome-based learning across diverse educational contexts, shedding light on the different achieve effectiveness, challenges, and potential. So the next literature reviews from 2020, integrating technology and outcome-based learning, a case study of Singapore. So if we talk about Singapore, Singapore basically is a tech-friendly country, but we are not that much tech-friendly as if we talk about, we compare ourselves to India, Singapore. Okay, so apart from the literature review, we have the methodology what we have like selected. We have selected various countries' data like research papers. It is a qualitative research paper. So from US, Finland, Singapore, Australia, Netherlands, the research paper which were like published already. Parameters for comparison we have used: examine curriculum designs, assessments, methods, and teacher training policy framework of student and student outcomes. How they are like providing OBE over there. So how we could not be providing, or how we could not be able to provide these kind of things in our country. So this is what we have like done. Data collection method gathered qualitative data from literature reviews, case studies, and expert opinions from various area. Criteria was evaluated curriculum design, assessment method. So basically we have differentiated or like compared various data about assessments and curriculums. We have analyzed about it. So what extra they are providing in different countries. Okay, yeah. So the analysis of this study. The analysis of this study, basically in US, you would be seeing, I don't know, yes, is it readable now? Yeah. So in USA focuses on competency-based education. What we have like found, they are totally depend upon competency-based education, and then UK standardizes outcomes on consistency-based. So the USA was competency-based. This is, yeah, sure, I will be concluding. So there are various challenges over it. So some common challenges are curriculum alignment, assessment validity and reliability, teacher training and capacity building, and resistance to change. We are resistant to change. As an Indian background, what we say, as we are like we are in 2024, and still we have like we are lacking because of culture, because of various diverse cultures over here. Okay, so the unique challenges which are resource constraints, because in our country there are lack of resources as compared to the developed nations. So cultural and linguistic diversity, examination-centric diversity, which you would be seeing. Opportunities for improvement for our curriculum G. So policy reforms, technology integration, and community engagement. So conclusion of this study defines OBE adaptation in India can drive informative changes in education policies and practices. If we would be including OBE, so there are like many things. There will be transformative changes or practical changes would be seen. So it would be for fostering self-reliant education ecosystem for innovation and excellence. So tailored strategies are needed to address. So there are would be needing tailored strategies for upcoming days. To leverage OBE to promote student-centric learning, critical thinking, and problem-solving methods. So it would be preparing, if we go with this OBE method, so it would be preparing the learners for 21st century education. which is the current need of the society. Yeah, this is my last. So these are my references which we have used. So, and thank you so much.
First of all, I congratulate you for
Thank you so much.
taking a very, good theme for your presentation. But I want to add that in your paper, you must have taken the initiatives which are being taken by Government of India, especially the UGC, in relation to the outcome-based education.
Sure.
In the challenges you have mentioned only 3, I think. There are more challenges.
Yeah.
Okay. That is how you can identify the program outcomes, program-specific outcomes, and the course outcomes.
Sure.
And the teachers who are the actual implementers of the curriculum,
Yes.
they are not knowing or not having the awareness about how to write these program outcomes and even how to implement these course outcomes in their curriculum.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you have to take the initiatives, and you are having the undergraduate outcome-based curriculum framework being given by the UGC, and even at the postgraduate level also.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
that is under process.
Yes.
So this outcome-based education, which has come from the global perspective, now India is also going to implement. So you have to take more challenges that how we can go for this outcome-based education.
Yeah, sure, ma'am.
So those inputs that you have to add in your paper, so that
In my next paper, I would be adding those kind of things. Yeah. First of all, I was basically comparing ourselves to the developed nations. This is what our paper is about. So in my next paper, I would be like adding these kind of suggestions to what you have just given. So I would be adding that. Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir.
All the presenters are requested to wait till the validatory session, as we will be distributing certificates and books after the result declaration. Presenters, faculty and judges are requested to join the catered lunch at 1102 ground floor itself. The further proceedings will commence from 2:30 itself. Thank you.